Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are back with another dun-dun mukbang. Woo! So I'm excited because I feel like Indian food is very fastly becoming my comfort food of choice. It's so damn good. Am I getting better at pronouncing the foods? No. Literally disappointed in myself. I'm gonna work harder. Why am I so bad at just pronouncing anything in general? So today I have my little receipt so I don't get anything wrong. We've got butter chicken, butter naan, we have chicken biryani, but we also have shrimp biryani, and I ordered this. The section on the menu is called Indo-Chinese biryanis. It's like a Szechuan chicken fried rice is what they called it on their menu. That I've just combined into this one bowl, and then we also have some chicken tikka masala, chicken vindaloo, a mango kulfi, the rose milk, and shrimp curry, tandoori chicken, the tomato chili uttappan, and veggie samosas. I feel like I got it wrong. I'm so sorry, okay?
What's that pink thing over there?
This is the rose milk.
A what?
Rose milk.
Looks like the pink sauce.
Oh, that's so good. I've never had this before. I love anything rose scented. I don't know what's going on, but apparently my brother is the best at giving recommendations because he recommended a Korean show called Happiness. And I know you're thinking,
oh, is it about like happiness and like finding happiness?
It's about a fucking zombie apocalypse. I wasn't ready for that. I was not prepared. And I mentioned this in a vlog very briefly that he loves this show called Happiness and we're gonna start watching it together. And I have been getting literal DMs of you guys watching it. So many of you freaking love the show. It's like turning into a crowd favorite. So if you haven't already started watching it, it's really good. But it's not available on Netflix in the US. Oh yeah, you know where I'm going with this. So you gotta get yourself ExpressVPN. And then you have to change your location with ExpressVPN to India to watch it. If you guys wanna watch it with us, I'm just saying. But that's not the only reason that we use ExpressVPN. With the increasing scariness of the world, like have you guys seen the TikToks that are like,
5 things I would never do working in cybersecurity?
It's stressing me out. You need a VPN. If I didn't use ExpressVPN on a daily basis across every single one of my devices, my internet service provider could keep a log of everything that I do online, and they could even sell my data to advertisers if they so pleased. I mean, it's honestly pretty scary. Just read one article, just watch one TikTok about how big tech companies are tracking your searches, you mining your data, your messages, your video history. It's a lot. And that's not even considering the fact that when you're in a public place using airport Wi-Fi, campus Wi-Fi, Starbucks Wi-Fi, high-end clothing shop Wi-Fi, hotel Wi-Fi, you're exposing yourself to anyone that wants to know more. So let ExpressVPN do the work. You know how every single device has a unique IP address? When you use ExpressVPN, your connection gets rerouted through ExpressVPN and it'll hide your real IP address and replace it with one of their own. They've got servers in 94 different countries, so you could appear to be from any one of them. And all your data goes through an encrypted, secure tunnel, and it can't be seen, not by hackers, not by your internet service provider. You get more access to other shows with your same Netflix subscription because yeah, Netflix in other countries have so many more shows and movies that are not available in the US. And right now, if you go to expressvpn.com/bis, you can find out how to get 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/bis to find out how you can get 3 months free. With that being said, let's get into it. I'm so freaking excited. I don't even know where to start.
So what did you eat before this video that made you scream in pain?
The biryani, I was not expecting it to be that spicy. It was so spicy. I took the smallest little bite. Well, I mixed all 3 of them in here, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I did. Just try it.
Okay.
Listen, I might have just gotten a spicy one because, oh no, there it is. It kicks at the end. It's not even at the front, it's at the end. Do you feel it yet? Wow, I have some sauce down here. What?
It's not spicy. I want the spice, so.
I feel the spice. It was with me. Here.
It's pretty good though.
You take one and I'll take one, and then I'm gonna put the sauce up here for us to share. You can dip your chicken in there.
Can I try the pink sauce? Pink drink?
Yes, it's so good. It's so dangerous. I'm so sorry. Today we're talking about marriage secrets. Do you think that it's hard to keep a secret in a marriage?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Impossible. We don't have secrets. Some would say the secret to a successful marriage is a secret.
That sounds like a dad joke. Okay.
Okay, let's go into these. I'm gonna start on this side.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh. Wow. Just dripping,
Wow.
literally.
Delicious. Stephanie has been getting everyone in the family into Indian food. It's wild.
So many of them have never tried it before. Listen, I'm the worst guide for Indian food, but I am a very passionate, enthusiastic eater, so good. Yeah, do you feel like it's hard to keep a secret in a marriage? Right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how people cheat. Just simply the fact of, I don't know, just anxiety.
I agree. It's like, forget the morals and forget, like, we're not even trying to be pick-me's here.
Yeah, it's just the anxiety. I
But
don't know.
I can't imagine anyone is worth the stress and like losing sleep at night.
Like, even when you ask me, did you fart? It's like, it's gotten to a point that it's so hard to say no. Like, it's getting hard. I can't even keep a straight face and say, no, it wasn't me.
Same, it's getting harder to blame the dogs. I think how well you can keep a secret from your partner is its own type of Olympics, because once you're married, I mean, your whole life is intertwined. You live together, you share finances, or at least you have somewhat of a deeper understanding of each other's finances. You see each other all the time. How do you lie? I think it's really hard to keep a huge, big, wild lie or a secret from your significant other. No? That's what I thought. Apparently not. Some partners have the wildest fucking secrets, and today's case is about just all of them. We're covering 3 different crazy ass marriages, and it's the question of, would you sue your partner if they kept a secret from you? What if they kept a secret that made you feel like the marriage was based off of a lie? Because this guy went viral in New York, literally for his divorce. His divorce filings were insane.
Okay. You can see people's divorce filing?
Okay, let me just get one good bite. We're gonna do onion, and then I'm
Okay,
gonna
I taste
dip
the spice.
it. Do you taste it?
Probably somewhere here.
Oh my gosh. It could be the smallest thing. Like when your significant other goes to bed, you sneak downstairs. You eat the freaking Oreos. It's all freaking hee ha ha and games, right? Like, oh my god, Jessica, you're so naughty. Stop it. How do you guys keep it so wild while being married for so long? The secret is all cute and shit until it's not. Because maybe you're this girl on Reddit. So obviously this was posted on a throwaway account, and it is the chronicles of a wife finding out her husband's dirty little secret. It's not an affair, it's not a porn addiction, it's not even a gambling addiction. It is so much dirtier. Literally out of left field. I usually can guess a story, like I can kind of guess the ending, how it's gonna play out. This one, at no point in this story did I have any idea where this was going, okay? Let's just call her Tina. Tina starts off the post to say that she's one of those people that the second her head hits the pillow, she's fucking snoring. She's knocked out cold, mouth open and everything, which I can't even judge. I'm literally the same person. I love to do this. I'm like, I can't fall asleep. I'm not sleepy. Immediately I knock out.
So annoying.
So obviously her husband knows this about her. Now, fast forward to one of those nights when she's knocked out cold, like the minute her head touches the pillow. But in the middle of the night, she hears her baby son crying, which is odd because he usually sleeps through the night. It's a little bit weird. So she wakes up to take care of her child, and her husband is gone. Just not in the bed. Where did he go? It's strange. Instant red flag. Piques her interest. Where the fork is he? He's not in the bathroom, that's for sure. He's not in the bed. He's not taking care of our son. So where could he be? So this is the beginning of her little investigation.
I'll make a confession.
Yes.
There was one night I couldn't fall asleep.
What did you do?
I went to use the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And then, for whatever strange reason, I watched the
What?
whole Avenger. The whole movie.
When? Where?
On the toilet.
On the toilet?
Yeah. And I was even thinking, like, if she wake up right now, like, I'm just gone.
on the toilet?
Yeah.
And I didn't hear a single thing. Wait, was this here?
I think it's the last house. Like, I'm even thinking, I'm like, oh my god. Because I wasn't expecting to. I'm just watching a little bit. And I just keep watching and watching. I'm like, oh my god. If she wakes up, she's gonna notice I'm gone. And she's gonna think I'm up to no good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, damn. I can't even explain it.
I would never trust you again.
Yeah.
Trust is gone.
Like, what are you hiding in the toilet?
Yeah. Who are you texting?
Exactly.
Wow.
There you go. That's my confession.
It's scary because when I knock out, I knock out.
Yeah.
There's no waking me up. We have these sleep trackers that tracks literally when you fall asleep and when you wake up.
Like how long we stay asleep throughout the night.
Tell me why we go to the sleep at the same time. But his is like an hour and a half shorter than mine every single night. What are you doing for that unexplained hour and a half?
So I wake up throughout the night. There's like multiple period of
For
time.
an hour and a half,
No,
though?
you can see it. Like I will stay awake for like 15 minutes, for example, and back to sleep. I'm just not a deep sleeper like you.
You don't go into a coma every night? That's weird.
She starts her little investigation, trying to figure out where he goes when she falls asleep. So she pretends to fall asleep to see if he goes anywhere. And sure enough, for the next few months, she would notice her husband disappearing into the night. Sometimes it would be 10 minutes, other times it would be hours, literal hours. Now, Tina's thinking this motherfucker is going to go see another woman, sneaking off into the middle of the night. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's the neighbor's dog. Who knows? Why are you sneaking out in the middle of the night? At this point, do you even know your husband? Do you even know your significant other? If they just have a secret life at 3 a.m? No, regardless, Tina is like, I gotta catch this guy in the act. Which, just to give you some context, this was really shocking news for Tina. They just had their first child. John, the guy, we're just gonna call him John. John has been a really hands-on dad. I mean, he works a full-time job. He steps up to the plate when he gets home. He helps take care of the kid together, or what I like to call, I don't know, the bare minimum, right? It's his kid too. He should be taking care of the kid. But Tina really loved him. So she's thinking, what? Starts spying on the guy. And well, she just cuts to the chase because there's really no way to say what he was doing without sounding insane. Because it's insane, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase too. He was not seeing another woman. He was not seeing a dog. It wasn't bestiality. It wasn't even necrophilia. It was so much worse than that. Turns out this guy goes out at night into the yard where the family trash cans are. He rummages around and fishes out a dirty diaper from their child. And he stands there smelling the dirty diaper. And it was always the poop diapers, never the pee diapers. If it was a pee diaper, he would throw it back into the trash. He fished out the poo diapers and he would just open it up, smelling it like he's in the perfume section of Macy's or some shit. So Tina's probably peeping through the sides of her house or through the window. I mean, imagine how terrifying it is. You think that your husband is cheating on you and you're ready to jump him. You got your friends on speed dial. I'm kidding. Don't jump people. But imagine that you think what's going on and what's going to happen is that he's going to meet another woman. But instead, you see your husband in the dark of night standing in the shadows of your yard, sniffing your child's diaper, a poopy diaper at that. And she said it wasn't even a sniff. It was a deep breathe in, breathe out, like a big yoga breath, but make it fecal matter. For ages. Tina didn't give us an exact time frame, but sometimes it would be hours. And she said the sad thing is, he just looks so damn happy when he's doing it too. She watched him for weeks, just standing there, sniffling away, like a little truffle pig, with his huge fucking goofy ass grin on his face, rummaging around for dirty diapers. Now, Tina said the real icing on the cake was, one night, he must have gotten a little too close to the diaper, because when he came back to bed and Tina was pretending to be asleep, she could smell some poop. So she waited till she heard him snoring, and she opened up her eyes, turned around. The guy had a tiny bit of poop on his nose.
Oh my
poop
gosh.
on his nose. Tina was disgusted. So she has no idea what to do. She loves her husband, but it freaking scares her. I mean, who does that sort of thing with their son's diaper, right? I don't think anyone's trying to kink shame. I don't think anyone's like, oh my God, like it's just a, like disgusting kink. No one's trying to do that. It's their son's diaper. So she asks Reddit, is this something that has happened to anyone else before? And Tina said that she knows she has to confront her husband, but she's nervous. And at this point, any advice would be great because, I mean, shit. So good.
So what advice did people give? Did they give any advice?
Yeah, people were like, it doesn't matter if it's a kink, it probably is, but the fact that a minor is involved and did not consent to be a part of the kink, and it's your own son.
What's the solution? Like, does she provide her?
So
like, what do you do at this point? That's, do you help the dude out, or what's going on?
my thinking was, if he had just gone to her and said, this is what I like, babe, I think it's up to her.
Yeah.
Some people, you don't have to be into somebody else's kink just because you're dating them, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to consent to it, but at least it's a conversation they can have. But at this point, I think they're so far gone a conversation. Like, he's already crossed the boundary. It's almost borderline dangerous because you're associating a kink with a child who is a minor, who is also your child, that you have parental rights over. I mean, you don't know what other stuff he's into. And I'm not saying that a poop kink can segue into other things. You just don't know at this point. There's so many things that she didn't know about this guy. No. And you think that this is the end, right? Mm-hmm. But there's an update and it gets shittier. So Tina gets back onto Reddit to give us an update on why her husband was nose deep into some poopy diapers. And it's bad. She said that the past few weeks has been really bad for them, really insane. I mean, she's ashamed and upset to admit how things just didn't go as planned. She wanted to confront her husband in like a mature way, right? Mm-hmm. But basically what ended up happening was she took a picture of him outside with the poopy diaper and then shoved it in his face and was like, what were you doing? Like, what were you doing? She just lost it. Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. I mean, wouldn't you? You think you know this guy and then you don't know this guy. It was a lot. And he tried to lie to her at one point. One time he came in and she was clearly not asleep. And instead of being nervous that she had caught on to what he was doing, he just literally goes, oh, hey, sorry, I was just downstairs eating some leftovers. So casually able to lie. So Tina started yelling. What the fuck have you been doing all this time? Why are you doing this? He's like, you won't understand. There's no point. Like, that's all he kept saying. You won't understand. There's no point in trying to explain it. So she keeps yelling, and at one point she starts sobbing, and she just puts her hand up in desperation and says, is this some sort of sexual thing? And she didn't expect it to be, but she was shocked because he was just standing there looking down at his feet. And she was like, you can't, like, you got to tell me that you're lying. You cannot be sexually aroused at our child's poop or like anything about our child. Is that what you're saying right now? And then to make matters worse, her husband gets mad at her and screams, see, I told you would never understand. This is why I didn't tell you, and runs out of the house. So her update was talking about how they're getting a divorce, and Tina was just disgusted. Yeah. She was just traumatized and disgusted. Listen, another disclaimer. We've talked about poop fetishes. I'm not against it. I don't care as long as it's between two consenting adults. Yeah, but it's just weird. I thought, originally, this was going to go down into the hill of the parenting anxiety thing. Maybe he's going out into the middle of the night to sniff the diapers to make sure nothing smells funky. Because I know parents, when they get anxious or like when one of their kids gets sick, they might even develop some weird habits that they do just because they're literally so anxious. I thought it was going to be something like that. I didn't think that this dude would be full-on Cheshire cat grinning while he's sniffing a freaking diaper. Someone so eloquently on Reddit said, I was downstairs eating some leftovers. I mean, technically, he's not lying. So these two are getting a divorce because one party's dirty little nasty secret, but this other case that we're about to talk about went viral online, and it's just as weird, if not confusing. It's about a millionaire doctor who is suing his ex-wife for being a sex worker and hiding it from him during the entirety of their marriage. Some people allege that she was sleeping with some very powerful politicians as well as some sons of former presidents and the likes. It's just the most batshit crazy story. And it all starts with Dr. Hanjo Kim. Now, he's a New York City-based spine surgeon. He's also Korean American. He's apparently one of the best in the city. He's won multiple awards in the national and international arena. Like, the guy really knows his freaking vertebrae. Like, if anybody's got a backbone, it's him. I imagine that he has great posture, and he's out here boys will be out here blowing backs out, and this man, this nice millionaire surgeon, will fix that back for you. And he makes like what, $3.2 million a year doing so. He's literally he's literally every Korean family's dream son. Not only did he go to the most prestigious schools for his education, he's a doctor, an award-winning doctor at that. He makes millions of dollars, and he's tall, he's handsome. The guy has it all, except cue the tiny violin, he's single. Which is probably what every Korean parent would say. Like, just let the guy be single. They can't let him have fun. What's the big deal? I don't know. So in 2015, Dr. Kim goes to, I was just about to call him Mr. Kim, which, if you're a doctor, do you get offended when people don't address you as doctor? I need to know. And are you a total butt about it? Are you like, it's Dr. Kim to you? Or do you just not say anything? So anyway, Dr. Kim is at this fashion event, and he runs into probably the most beautiful woman that he has ever seen in the entirety of his life, 27-year-old Regina. She has this long brown hair. She's like out of this world gorgeous. And not just that, the minute that he talks to her, he can tell that she's so eloquent, she's well spoken, she has amazing posture, she has this ethereal grace about her. And Dr. Kim finds out, I mean, it makes sense. She was the winner of Miss Connecticut in 2011. So like, no wonder she's so pretty, no wonder she's so poised. And they were glued to each other at this party. Dr. Kim finds out that she's no longer in the pageant world. She's trying to be a full-time model. She's also developing her own app. I mean, is this gonna be just another rich doctor and his pretty girlfriend? No. Absolutely not, because Regina was different. She wasn't like the other girls. She had a chemistry degree from the University of Connecticut. Well, she almost had the degree. She had to leave the college to complete in the Miss USA pageant, but she wants to go back, finish her degree, and become a dentist. That's her dream. Which, like, this is irrelevant, Your Honor, but Regina also had very pretty teeth. Okay. Regina said she just doesn't have the time right now. She's doing R&D for an app that's in development. She has to go to China back and forth. I mean, she's gone for a few weeks here and there. She just doesn't have time to go to med school. Dr. Kim's like, wow, that's fantastic. If you don't mind me asking, like, how are you supporting yourself during this? You know, is the app taking off? Are you guys funded? She's like, oh no, I really believe in the app, so I'm like giving it my all, but I'm living off like a $500,000 inheritance from my great-grandmother. So Dr. Kim is standing there, just...
Let me fund you too, baby.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this is the dream. She's not just another pretty face. She's not just another pretty girl. She's elegant, intelligent, I mean, perfection. He's practically falling in love while she's talking about her philanthropy, how she wants to go to third world countries to help people and their teeth. I mean, she was so impressive. So the two exchange numbers. They start seeing each other after this little party. And a little bit about Regina. Regina Turner, throughout her pageantry, she talked about how she wanted to become a dentist, to go to underserved, impoverished areas, help treat people. She's just very ambitious. She was quoted with saying, whenever I decide to do something, I go all in. I truthfully expect to win. I mean, I do well and I do it the right way and I put my heart into anything and I always try my best. Mm-hmm. People remembered even throughout high school and college, everyone wanted to date Regina. She was the one that all the boys wanted to be around. Her peers said practically every single boy in Portland had a crush on her growing up.
Dang.
So,
holy cow.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of makes sense, no? Like, you would look at this couple and be like, okay, that makes sense. You know, this millionaire, freaking rich doctor, world-renowned.
Yeah, that makes sense. But guess what? Nothing's as it seems, huh? Mm-hmm. We want to know what went down.
We want to know the tea, though. They fall in love with each other, and Dr. Kim proposes to Regina on November 27th.
Oh.
That's my birthday. Less than 6 months after they met. And their wedding, holy shit, their wedding cost $2.5 million. On a freaking wedding, $2.5 million. At this point, I think that Dr. Kim was probably making a lot more money than just $3.2 million, because I can't imagine someone spending that much on a wedding in general, but I imagine he was making a lot more money. But $2.5 million on their wedding, that's insane to me. Like, that has got to be a fairy tale dream wedding. And Dr. Kim paid for everything. He was just so excited to start his life with a person that he felt like he had been waiting for forever. And after the wedding, You know, Regina's got to feel more comfortable in his place, right? He had a bachelor pad, not good. He needs a wedding pad. He needs a married pad, a wife pad. So Dr. Kim buys a $6.5 million apartment on the Upper East Side in New York City.
So he got like a good 2-bedroom and
He got like a closet, actually. Yeah.
Dang.
Only one of them could stay in there at a time, because, yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow.
Kind of crazy when you think about it, no?
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, that's got to be like the most expensive marriage ever. Well, not, but you get it. That's a lot. Like the wedding plus this, wow.
Yeah, close to 10 million just on that.
And another massive estate in Connecticut as their vacation home.
Okay.
Another couple of millions of dollars. I mean, literally, this was a picture-perfect couple. They drove Aston Martins. They would wake up in their multi-million-dollar estates. Regina would make breakfast for Dr. Kim before seeing him off to do God's work, fixing spines. Which, I know it sounds like I'm underestimating spine surgery. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic. And I totally am. I could do it in my sleep, probably. I don't know why it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. So Regina would see him off to do God's work, literally, like saving lives. And in return, you know, Regina was very cute. She was very supportive. She went to all of the events with him. She dressed up. She played the part of the role of the housewife. And in return, Dr. Kim paid for everything and even gave her a monthly allowance to spend at her discretion. He never asked what she was spending the money on. On holidays, Dr. Kim would pay for the two of them to travel around the world, first-class tickets, go shopping, go eat at Michelin-star restaurants. They always stayed at 5-star hotels. They went to Greece, France, Spain, I mean, everywhere. You could look at their social media and be like, gosh, I want to be them. Like, this is the perfect couple. And I guess just having this gentle, caring, loving wife by his side really helped Dr. Kim, because after their marriage, he just became more and more successful. And today, he's a world-renowned spine surgeon. He was even awarded the Asian Physician Award in 2020, amongst other huge life achievements. I mean, this guy really is fantastic at what he's doing and really saving lives. But around Christmas of 2020, everything just went to shit. Literally, like the diaper story, just went to shit. Dr. Kim was home, and out of sheer boredom, or maybe he had suspected something. You know, I don't know if you do this when you're bored, but he turned on his wife's computer, and new messages started popping up. So I'm assuming that she was synced across her different devices, right? And he opened up the message without thinking much into it. But it was shocking. It was an explicit message from a man, an unknown man, and it included a vivid description of the details of his sexual relationship with Regina. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he was like, hey babe, like Friday night, like when you did blah, 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 and you were like, and you were doing this and you were upside down, oof. Thumbs up. Like, I don't know if that's what that meant, or if it was just like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, it's just mentioned in the filings that it was like vivid descriptions, right?
Filing.
So Dr. Kim is like, what the fork? He starts scrolling through their conversation, and I mean, at this point, he's been happily married for like, 5 years now? He's going through their chat history, and the conversation is not just from this guy's side. So it's not just like a crazy ex-lover that wouldn't give up on Regina and is like constantly texting her like, oh my God, I remember when we used to do this, like we were crazy back then. No, it was both ways. Regina was flirting back. And this kind of connected the dots over the past 5 years. Dr. Kim remembered that Regina would go out of town for work or for friend groups, girls' trips, all the time.
She's cheating.
Yeah, now that he thinks about it, his wife spends a lot more money than he gives her every year. How does she manage to get that money? She said that she was only being supported by him. She wasn't using the inheritance. I mean, this is serious stuff.
She's spending more money than he's giving her? How much is she spending?
I imagine it's a lot, because this guy sounds like a bit of a giver, no?
Yeah.
So Dr. Kim gets an attorney, and I don't know if they employed a PI, but regardless, they start digging. Turns out, Regina was allegedly engaging in high-end sex work before they were married. Which is fine. Nothing's wrong with that. Maybe you should have told your husband. Maybe you shouldn't have. Listen, I don't know, okay? I'm not even judging people. I can't even judge people, because the minute that I judge someone's like, well, what about this type of situation? And I'm like, damn it, you're right, you know? So I can't even make a sweeping statement, right? But I don't know. That's fine. But to add to that, she kept doing it while they were married. For the next 5 to 6 years while they were married, allegedly, she made about $1 million in high-end sex work. Which is cheating. Doesn't matter if it's sex work or just having sex. Like, if you're having sex with somebody else and not your husband and your husband doesn't know, it is cheating, right?
Yeah, what's worse?
It's cheating.
Like, if you find out your wife is cheating
Yeah.
or cheating and getting paid.
Probably just cheating.
Cheating is worse.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it for emotional reasons, not financial reasons.
I consider both cheating, but cheating for financial reasons, I'm like, what? Like, what made you feel like you needed to do that, right?
For financial reasons.
But he's
This
providing
situation,
her, yeah.
This situation is weird. Why is that?
I wonder if maybe she had been, okay, now I'm like over sympathizing, I'm so sorry. But I wonder, because it made me wonder, and everyone is like asking in these articles and the comments and like on TikTok, like, why would she cheat if he was so rich? And why would she do it for money? Maybe she'd been burned by a lot of guys and felt like this marriage wasn't going to last. That eventually he would get bored of her. And like, she's at her prime.
No, then she wouldn't be spending money.
That's true. Then I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Some alleged potential clients were a New Jersey real estate executive, a designer from the United Kingdom, other high-profile businessmen, and to make matters worse, Dr. Kim found out that all the way from what Regina was studying in college and her dreams to become a dentist and her developing an app and her professional modeling career, everything was a lie. She never graduated from high school. There was no app. In fact, she was sued twice for back rent in New York City. And honestly, what? So everything she said was a lie. So now he was confused, allegedly, right? It seemed to him that she just became whatever he wanted her to be. So it's speculated that at this fashion event where they met, Regina thought that Dr. Kim was just going to be another client. But then when she realized he was falling in love with her, I guess she played the long game. Maybe she was like, maybe marriage is better then, right? He's nice, he's handsome, he's tall, he's attractive, he makes a lot of money. Or maybe she really did love him, I don't know. So Dr. Kim takes all of this information and files for divorce, and that's how it goes viral. The divorce documents were close to 300 pages, and it said that he wanted to annul their marriage because his wife had hidden her secret life as a insert P word for wealthy men. Dr. Kim requested that the court ask Regina for compensation, but she said, I have no money, I depend on my husband to live. So this goes viral, and of course the internet does what the internet does. And they go to Regina's Instagram page where only about 600 people were following her. 600 people is not a lot of people. It's a lot of people, but it's not enough people where a bunch of celebrities are going to be following you, Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like you're freaking...
Yeah, she's not a public figure, yeah.
Exactly. Well, Donald Trump Jr. was one of her followers.
Okay.
And liked a bunch of her pictures. Which, like I said, she's not a huge Instagram model or anything. She had 600 followers. Listen, maybe they had met at a party at one point. Or maybe they had a different party at one point.
But following on Instagram is kind of a public move. Why would you do that?
But
know what
he
I mean?
does a lot of things I don't know why he would do, though. Listen, he could have just...
So does she give explanation of
No,
how, why?
But Trump Jr.'s reps did. They said he didn't do anything with her and the public shouldn't listen and believe everything they hear. Which is a little ironic, if you ask me. I'm just saying. Now, the whole thing is so messy. Listen, first of all, I'm shocked that she could keep a secret this big for so long. I do think that ultimately she messed up, not for being engaged in sex work, but for the fact that she didn't tell her husband. I feel like that's just, you're essentially cheating. That goes against the vows that you made. He didn't know you were going to cheat. You guys weren't in an open relationship. It's bad. You messed up really bad. On the other hand, I don't know, maybe she just really thought this was her prime, this was her time to make money and she couldn't do it, and maybe she thought that her husband was going to leave, or maybe they had this crazy prenup that was signed where she was going to get nothing if they got a divorce. I don't know. Maybe she was saving for a rainy day. So that's it for that one. I thought it was weird.
So they're good? Separated?
Yeah, they settled it out of court once it started going viral, I believe. So, yeah.
So my boy Kim is single again.
Yeah.
He's back in the market, I'm assuming.
Do you want to go date him?
Yeah.
You do love Aston Martins.
I do.
You do. And it's just so interesting because when I was researching this, I went on his professional page. Like, he looks so professional. I would trust him with my spine. But then I'm like, wow, what's going on? I'm so confused. Okay, marriage is weird. Married people lives, the secrets that they keep are strange. This is the last story. This one blew my mind just because the way that he talks about the story. This guy literally posted on Reddit, and the title was, I, 40-year-old male, started to cheat on my wife, 38-year-old female, but stopped halfway through. Do I still tell her? So at first glance, I'm thinking, oof, moral dilemma. Would I want to know? Would I not want to know? I don't know. Like, so stressful. It's going to be one of those emotional talks. He was in the middle of cheating and then he just started busting out crying like, I miss my wife. Like, this is disgusting. I feel gross. I hate myself. Like, get away. That's what I was expecting. He starts off the whole conversation by saying, my wife and I have a great relationship. I can't say I have any real complaints. We've been together for 5 years, married for 2. And until now, I can say that I never wanted to cheat on her. But, of course there's a but. But last week, I was away for work. And while I was in the hotel, a young 21-year-old female sat next to me and started flirting with me. Listen, I'm 40. I was really flattered by the attention. I mean, I have to admit, it was a huge ego boost to be hit on by somebody so young. I talked to her for a while, and she just kind of invites herself up to my hotel room. And we started having sex. For me, it was less about my wife and more about the thrill of being desired by someone other than my wife, especially someone so young. I was slightly drunk, and I figured I will probably never have the opportunity to sleep with a 21-year-old ever again.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. This guy literally doesn't even realize that he's the villain, okay? And he says, but the thrill wore off very quickly as I realized that I wasn't enjoying myself. This girl was not good in bed. She basically just laid there and starfished. Sometimes she would pull herself into what she thought was a sexy pose, but that was it. She just didn't seem interested in me at all. I might as well have been a human dildo because she was more interested in herself and how sexy she thought she was. Sex with my wife has always been amazing. When I'm with her, she's all over me, talking to me, telling me how hot I am, grabbing at me, getting on top, and I feel like the hottest guy in the world when I'm with my wife. But with this girl, I felt like I could leave the room and she wouldn't even notice, let alone care. She seemed like she was using me for an ego boost. I couldn't stay aroused, and I stopped about 10 minutes into it and I asked her to leave, which she did. I took a shower and then I called my wife to hear her voice, and now I'm back home and I haven't told my wife any of it, but there's a guilty part of me that says I should because, well, she deserves to know. But then another part of me that's like, why would I torpedo our happy marriage and cause her pain for something I didn't even enjoy and will never do again? All this did was prove to me that I want my wife more than anyone else, and I want to do the right thing. But I don't know what the right thing is. And I know I'll never cheat on her again. So should I tell her or keep it to myself? What the Dude, this guy literally said he didn't feel attractive with the young girl. Meanwhile, his wife made him feel attractive. I mean, can he be more narcissistic? It's like me, 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 me. Who cares about everybody's feelings? Me, 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 me. And the fact that he said this type of girl, like, it's just, why would he... The idea of him sleeping with a random 21-year-old girl. Why is it that there are some guys out there that are willing to risk their whole life, half of their freaking net worth and everything at the chance to sleep with a 21-year-old or like a 19-year-old? It is so bizarre to me. It's like, last time having sex with a 21-year-old. That was really alarming. Everybody pointed it out on Reddit. Like, that whole sentence was... yeah. So alarming. Like, this guy wanted to cheat. This was his first cheating experience, and it just wasn't as good as he thought it would be. But it gets gross. There's an update. OP said that he was confused about what to do when he got home, and that his wife noticed that he was acting a little bit strange. And in a moment of weakness, while she was asking him, like, what's wrong, babe? Why are you acting so weird? He told her what had happened. She was hysterical. OP even said, no, you have to believe me. I stopped halfway. I stopped because I realized I was making a bad decision and I love you and like I didn't want this. I'll never do it again. And in order to prove it, he showed her the Reddit post.
Oh my God.
So I guess he genuinely thought that if the wife read this Reddit post, she would say, oh, you are telling the truth. You did stop in the middle and you do love me.
Oh my gosh.
But instead, she read all the nasty things about how, yes, my last time, whoopie doopie, gonna take this opportunity. I think quite frankly, I think I would have been more disgusted by the Reddit post. Now the wife, she's filing for divorce.
Filing for divorce.
So she's now filing for divorce, and this guy has the nerve to end the Reddit update with, our connection is too strong to be destroyed by 30 minutes of poor decision making. Almost implying that his wife is unreasonable for divorcing him over 30 minutes. You know what else can take place in 30 minutes? I don't know. Arson, kidnapping, murder. Like, the time slot really means nothing. Like, the time slot means absolutely nothing. He's like, for fucking half an hour? That's like, what? 2 15-minute sessions or like 3 10-minute sessions? That's not even an hour. It's like 1/50th of a day. That doesn't mean anything. He's getting so riled up. So the Redditors, they tore him a new one. I don't even know which secret is the worst out of these three. Okay, maybe the first and the second.
What's the first? Yeah.
But then the second one was so bad. And this one is just...
The third one, I think, I don't know. Everything just sounds unnatural. Do you think he should have told her?
Yeah.
And he did?
Yeah.
And this is what happened?
Yeah.
Divorce?
Yeah.
You don't think he should just be quiet?
No.
You don't think he really thought that, oh, I made a mistake?
Oh, no. I think...
Yeah.
If the girl had been hotter in bed or better in bed, or if she was more enthusiastic about him in bed, I don't think the story would have played out the same.
Right.
So I think the wife should know so that she can get the hell out of town. I wonder, and I hate to be an armchair diagnose, but he kind of reminds me of a narcissist. So it's like this whole concept of like, he needs to be served in bed and he needs to feel a certain way, doesn't even care about what the other person is receiving. It's all about him. He did this because he felt an ego boost. He felt like it was his last opportunity. It's all about him, right? Never about his wife, even though his wife is so nice to him and he even says that. Yeah. Right? And then the way that he reasons with himself is like very weird. He doesn't even feel that guilty, I feel like.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He almost feels like proud.
Yeah, he thinks he's justified.
Yeah, it's like when randomly, like a guy will get hit on by a girl, and they'll come home and be like, "Babe, aren't you so glad that I didn't like fuck her?"
What? Who says that?
No, they don't say it like that, but they say it along the lines of like, "Oh my god, this girl was like hitting on me," and I told her like, "No, I have a girlfriend." It's like, okay, thank you for doing the bare minimum. What's going on? Like, what? You don't get a cookie for doing that. That's literally what's expected of you. But he kind of gives me the steroid version of that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on these cases? It's a bit crazy. Stay safe out there and make sure to check out expressvpn.com/biz because it's a wild world out there. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.